You're listening to the Greeks Gridiron, live with Ethan Haristodoulou.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Greeks Gridiron. I am Ethan Haristodoulou. It is January 29th, 2022, and I'm coming at you guys with an unexpected read and react for today. I actually didn't have anything planned for this afternoon, but some breaking news coming out, and I wanted to make sure I got my reaction out for you all. Quarterback Tom Brady will be announcing his retirement within the coming days. It is being leaked all over the internet right now. It sounds like sources close to ESPN, Jeff Darlington, and Adam Schefter were the first to report on it, have been telling them that all signs are pointing to Tom Brady retiring from the NFL after 22 seasons. Pretty crazy development. One that it was interesting to follow just because it seemed like people were kind of torn on whether something like this was going to happen or not. With like the lead up for the last couple of weeks to the playoffs, a lot of people were kind of floating the idea around because of rumors and things like that. Man in the Arena had their 10th episode delayed up until I believe it was March that it's going to be delayed until. So something like that kind of spun the speculation initially. And then on top of that, recent comments on the Let's Go podcast that he hosts, he said himself, it's not going to be about what he wants as an individual on the subject of retirement, that is, but what he and his family wants as a unit. So ultimately, it sounds like he has decided to forego a 23rd season in the NFL and decide to pack things up and focus on his business adventures and his obviously time with his family. Giselle, for those of you that did not know, retired for him when they started having kids together to raise their kids. So obviously he seems to be shifting what he wants to focus his time and attention on, which makes sense. And my hats go off to him because my goodness, what a career this guy has had. Again, an incredible 22 seasons in the league, longest for a quarterback by far. I believe, well, I guess not by far. 2 years he beat Brett Favre, but 2 years more than Brett did. 10 Super Bowl appearances. He had 7 championship wins. He's a 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 15 Pro Bowl nominations. He had 3 NFL MVP awards and is a 3-time All-Pro himself. And I mean, just the list of records that he currently holds as the NFL's passing leader. I could go on forever, but this is just a short list of the big ones that I compiled here. First all-time in passing yards with 84,520. First in touchdowns at 624. First in passing attempts at 11,371. First in completions at 7,263. He's first for most quarterback wins, which includes the postseason at 278, first in career starts at 363, also including playoffs. He's tied for second with Ben Roethlisberger, and I think Drew Brees, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Brees or Phillip Rivers. I can't remember the third guy, with 53 career game-winning drives under his belt, and of course, the big one of them all, the 35-12 playoff record that he holds, which is, when you think about that, unbelievable. 35 wins in the playoffs. The only person even close to him, and it's not really close because it's about 20 some odd behind, is Ben Roethlisberger at 13 wins. So, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. He's obviously had an incredible career, and I'm very excited to see what he's going to do now post his NFL career, because obviously with his family and the ever-growing TB12 brand, he's going to have a lot going on for him. He just recently dropped his clothing line, which is obviously taking off, I'm sure. And I mean, he has the entire TB12 brand, the whole health thing he has going on, trying to get people to understand how to live a much healthier lifestyle and basically simplify it for a lot of people. As a former fitness instructor myself, that is something that I'm all about, and I'm very interested in what he is trying to really build with all of that. So that'll be something cool to keep an eye on as well. But, as a fan of football and somebody that has been watching now for, I don't know, I've been watching football since I was about 7 or 8 years old. Tom Brady has always been in the NFL for me, and it's a very similar feeling that I have right now as to when Peyton Manning retired back in 2015. All I had known up until that point was the Brady versus Manning rivalry, and then Manning stepped away, and now 7 years later we have Tom Brady stepping away as well, and that's another really crazy feeling. And, the last few years have been a really large turnover of quarterbacks when you think of Roethlisberger retiring, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady now. That it's like an end of an era for quarterbacking. I feel like those names kind of dominated the league for such a long stretch period of time, and it's very interesting now to see the turnover and to see all these greats that I watch personally step away from the game. The turnover has been incredible, especially these last few years, watching that entire 2004 class retire all at once in the last couple of years, and now Brady wrapping things up as well. What a time to be alive in the NFL. We have crazy gunslinging guys with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, the rise of Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert. The GOATs and, the greats of our time are now stepping away. I'm excited to see what Brady does. I'm curious what he's going to do career-wise going forward. He's obviously working on his own production studio now as well. So, between the health stuff, the clothing line, and now from what it sounds like, his production studios, I'm really excited to see where he goes. I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the GOAT retiring? At this point, it's whether you love him or you hate him, he is the greatest quarterback to have played the game. He has won so much in his career. He owns every statistical category that is important for the quarterback position. There's really not much else you can say about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How do you think he's going to announce his retirement officially? That's the one thing I'm very curious about. It's unfortunate that sources are kind of all leaking the whole thing, and he hasn't really made a statement himself. But I'm sure he will be saying something in the coming days. I'm expecting probably Monday or Tuesday, something like that. I don't think he'll do it tomorrow because he doesn't want to take this. Tom Brady's somebody who loves the game so much. I would be surprised to see him take away the spotlight of the playoff game. So probably Monday or Tuesday we get an official announcement from him. So I'm definitely curious to see how he does that. Roethlisberger obviously just retired a couple days ago. He had a nice little video. Brady actually said something about it as well, making a joke in reference to how there's more than one way to bake a cake, with him, doing the TB12 method, whereas Ben Roethlisberger was the just throw some ice on it and keep kind of playing type of guy. But let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good weekend and enjoy some football tomorrow, everyone.